It's Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025, and time for your Monday market update on a Tuesday. Thank you so much for your patience. I played in the Crystal Lake Chamber of Commerce golf outing yesterday. It was a beautiful day. Finally, it's starting to feel like summer here in the Midwest, so thankful for that. But that is why I'm coming to you a day late. Thank you for your patience. Let's take a quick look at your McHenry County numbers for the last 7 days. We had 176 new listings, 157 under contract, 155 closed sales, 42 price changes, 1 expired, and 41 on the private network. So definitely getting some more inventory. When we look at the May numbers, which just came out because we're now in the beginning of June, it's showing that prices are pretty flat. They've gone up a little bit from 398 to about 400,000 in Crystal Lake, and the surrounding areas are very similar. So we've got prices, the appreciation is kind of tapering out. Not that they're going down, prices are not going down, but they are starting to taper out. We are seeing more price reductions for sure. We have the average sales price of the percent of the original list is down to 99% in all areas, Crystal Lake, Cary, Woodstock, and McHenry. Now those are still very good prices that on average homes are still selling for 99% of their original list price, but they're still selling for 100% of their current list price, which indicates that we are seeing more price reductions. We are seeing days on market increase slightly. Days on market is up to 36 days in Crystal Lake, 35 days in McHenry. Both of those are just up very slightly. Days on market are flat in Cary and Woodstock. So some of the communities are seeing a slight uptick in days on market and a slight uptick in price reductions. We are not seeing a huge shift in our housing market, but I will say it feels very sluggish. We are seeing that buyers being very patient. So if they go to a home and it isn't exactly what they want, or it has some repairs or something, then they are going to be patient. Buyers have learned that they are not going to be able to go out and look at 5 homes in a day or, a few homes and be able to find what they're looking for. They know that this is going to be a process and that it might take several months for them to find what they're looking for. So we are seeing a slight increase in inventory. Again, we're still around 1.5 months inventory in the surrounding areas, but we're seeing it go up very, very slowly. Overall, we're seeing less homes sold, so less number of transactions nationwide. If you look at the closed sales, pretty much this entire year, we've had less homes, less number of closings each week since the beginning of the year. So we will sell less homes in 2025 overall than we anticipated. At the beginning of the year, we were hoping that we would see mortgage rates go down. We were anticipating that we would see more people sell, more people come to the market, more buyers, and we're just not seeing that. We're seeing mortgage rates are very flat. They've gone up slightly over the last 4 weeks consistently, but very, very small increments. I just checked Freddie Mac this morning and they're at about 6.86. So nothing crazy, but they haven't gone down like we were hoping. There are some predictions that we are experiencing stagflation. Now, stagflation is even more dangerous than inflation and a recession, because in stagflation, it's sort of like getting stuck in the mud. And how do you get stuck out of the mud? Well, you need something else drastic to pull you out. You can't do it yourself. So we've got tariffs obviously causing a lot of volatility in the market and causing some stress on manufacturing. But job unemployment is still very low. Jobs are strong. So that's why we're really kind of at this stagflation where there's just not a whole lot of things happening. Not a lot of movement in either direction. Inflation is pretty steady. We've still got some stubborn inflation, but yet we have strong jobs. So we're not in a recession. We still have inflation, stagflation. It's bad because it's hard to get out of, but it's where we sit. We don't know what is going to happen, obviously. So there is still some speculation that we will see the interest rates drop at the end of this year. Certainly, Jerome Powell is getting a lot of pressure from some of the Fed chairs and from President Trump. So we are having some pressure to lower interest rates, and people saying, enough is enough. We've got to get these rates down to spur the housing market and to make people move. But as of late, not a whole lot. So I know personally I am getting more and more calls of people wanting to sell their homes. So I think we are experiencing more inventory, and I think we're going to see some options come up, which as inventory continues to go up, we start to see the return of we call it the beauty pageant and the price war. So that your home, if you're a seller, it better be the prettiest or the best priced, or both, if you're going to get those multiple offers and have it sell very quickly, because that is still happening in some areas, but it's certainly starting to become a more competitive housing market for sellers, as buyers are just going to be real patient and wait for those rates to come down. So that's your Monday market update here on Tuesday, June 3rd. Thanks so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, please call me. I'm at 815-529-0777, or you can email me, Miranda at mirandaaltteam.com. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.